Today we received our first official synopsis of the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, Fantastic Four: First Steps. Now, we had a pretty good idea of what exactly this movie is going to be, but I think the synopsis makes it a little bit more exciting. I'm just gonna read it verbatim right now. Set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s-inspired, retro-futuristic world, forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic Herald, Silver Surfer. And if Galactus' plan to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal. Now, the most interesting bit of this synopsis is that ending. I wonder what they could mean by it getting very personal. The obvious answer, I feel like, is the coming of Victor Von Doom in this universe. If you haven't gathered it from that synopsis or been following any of the news, this movie is not going to be set in the MCU's Earth 616. And recent rumors have suggested that the movie will end with the TVA contacting the Fantastic Four and asking them to build themselves a cradle to survive some kind of multiversal incursion. This isn't shocking at all, as it's straight out of the Secret Wars comic book run from 2015, and we have Avengers Doomsday coming up right after this. My biggest question is for the future of the MCU though. Let's say that people really like this 1960s retro-futuristic Fantastic Four movie. In the next couple of movies, the MCU is recreated, and we have the inclusion of mutants, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four all on one Earth. Does that completely ruin the chances of getting another Fantastic Four movie set on this Earth? I think it's very possible, as this is something the MCU has had no problem doing before. We only had one Captain America movie set during World War II, and Captain Marvel, of course, was set during the 90s. Everything that followed those movies would have to be set in different eras. But I think it also could open up the opportunity to having more than one universe in the MCU that we pay attention to. Kind of similar to how DC is doing it currently and how many comic book runs go. I think the audience has gotten to this point where we can understand that there are different universes between these characters. We're at a point where the audience is so familiar with multiversal stories that we're starting to get sick of it, honestly. So what if the Fantastic Four continued to do these 1960s inspired adventures while the MCU continues doing whatever they're going to do? But does that mean that it will limit the chances of the Fantastic Four interacting with other Marvel characters in the future? I think we're gonna have to wait to find out, but what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments down below and click on screen for another video.